Saturday morning, June 16th. Got the day off from work today. Don't have to make the 30-mile drive. I'm kind of happy about that. Anyhow, it was a long week, another 50-hour week. Well, biting the bullet. Sun's out, it's warm. Time to get back onto this old girl. Last night, I was out here till about 10:30 in the evening. Pulled the trans out and got the mid-shift kit installed. Went ahead and did. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I actually could have done it in here without a problem, but just to be sure, I went ahead and pulled the trans out and put it on top of the bench here and did the work. As y'all can see, the old shifter's out, so that's good. Here's the old one. So that was pretty easy to pop off there, and the mid-shift kit went in no problem. You got to just remove that front plate, and there's a couple roll pins you got to punch out, and you got to remove one of the fingers, turn a couple other pins upside down, and then put it all back together. Anyhow, she's in, and it's all ready to go. Got my fancy American powertrain sticker on there, and there's the shifter. So everything works. Went ahead, just manually turned the transmission and rode through the gears. You're able to get all the way from first to reversed. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reversed. So it still is a little bit further back than I want, but it should be okay. I think the seat, if I remember right, kind of follows that line right about there. It'll be really darn close. But at least it's not underneath the floor anymore. So that's a huge plus. So now that that's in, next order of business is going to be filling up the trans and probably getting this darn motor running. I've got a few other things I can do. I need to paint the drive shaft. The drive shaft's been done for quite a while. Just needs to be sanded and painted. So I'll probably work on wire wheeling that and getting that painted up. I think since I'm gonna go ahead and do the Eastwood epoxy and then the black on this, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try and do the drive shaft, the core support, the fenders, and probably this trans tunnel here. I have to weld up that front hole there and then re-drill another one. So I want to do all that before. I hear a cat that's trying to get in my garage here. What's up, Bruce? Come on, buddy. I can't let the cat in the garage because he'll jump up and scratch my paint. Well, yeah, I gotta shut the door real quick. Hold on. Alright. So, ow. Hit my knee. Anyway. Yep. That's what we're looking like. Just got to install clutch linkage all over again. I had to remove one of the exhaust pipes, get the clutch linkage out, and that way I could pull the trans because there was I didn't know so much of it was in the way. But we got it out. It only took about 20 minutes too. That was pretty cool. Took about the same getting it back in. Getting the trans back in is always a little more challenging. Also got my sound deadener and some Evercoat body filler. I got tired of the Bondo. The Bondo just is really a pain in the butt to try to sand down. Dries way too hard, so I went with the Evercoat Rage. My old boss liked that stuff a lot, said it was real easy to work with, so I went with the Evercoat Rage and got me some more filler primer, which that's somewhere around here. Got the Evercoat Rage, and then, I don't know if I can scoot back, trying not to move the camera around too much. Here we go. Got my X-Mat down there. And also I got some carpet samples in, and I'll show you guys that. I'm going to be placing that order probably this week. I'm going to get my credit card paid off. That's something you always want to do. And I think I figured out what color I'm going to go with. So I just went ahead and ordered a bunch of different samples. A couple that I knew I wasn't going to use, but just in case I wanted to go with a couple different colors maybe. This one here is black, even though it does look like it's got a tinge of blue. It is black. And then this is a, I think a midnight blue, like a cobalt, and then a lighter blue. I'm thinking I'm going to go with, oh man, it was pretty much between these two. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one here, because I like the looks of it. It's a dark color, and it matches, in my opinion, it matches this blue pretty well. Anyway, so I'm going to carpet the whole thing. It's going to go from that line, just above that little rectangle, that line, straight out, all the way across, come down, and then I'm going to carpet up to the blue here. So that is all going to be carpet. And same with sound deadener. So carpet and sound deadener, that'll seal it in real good. The doors are also going to have sound deadener put in them internally. And I'm going to just try and make it where it's nice and quiet on the inside, not too much muffler hum going on, because that drove me nuts before. I'm also going to have the exhaust man put the mufflers up in here instead of under the cab where they're hanging a foot from the ground. I want everything as high as possible, and also I want the mufflers further back because they'll just keep the sound waves from hitting the cab too bad. It'll kind of unfortunately fill this in a little bit, but that's okay. The mufflers will fit in there just fine, and he'll be able to put them in probably sideways. I'll get the drive shaft in, and then I'll take this thing to his shop and have him do it. Or I'll just do it myself. Anymore, it's getting to the point where it's almost cheaper just to do it that way. So, and I've got a welder. The only thing I don't have is a tubing bender, but apparently you can just buy tubes and have them pre-bent and all that good stuff and make yourself a system. So, alright, well, like I said, been a while since I did an update. About time I got you guys another one anyway. And I'm going to probably spend the day working on this and just figuring out. I got to do some figuring, as Mr. Heavy Chevy would say. Got to do some thinking and figuring. I got my thinking cap on currently. Whoops. Put that back on there. Get some thinking going and see what we get done. So, anyhow, mid-shift kit installed. And she's not that far from running, guys. Like I said, I don't know why I haven't yet. But, so dang close. Alright, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.